Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Michelle and that is Mila. Right, Mila? Can you sit? Can you sit? She's thinking about it right now. Okay. Well, I wanted to share with you guys
Recording in progress.
I'm going to share my screen with you too. So I wanted to share with you how I had to appeal one of Mila's recent invoices that I submitted to insurance. So just because we send insurance invoices doesn't mean that they're always going to get approved. So on Mila's insurance with 𝘀𝘂𝗀𝗋𝗋, we have a $250 deductible per issue one time in her life, which means that if she has hives, I only pay the $250 deductible one time throughout her whole life whenever she has the hives outburst or whatever. So what I wanted to show you was we ended up going to a holistic vet a few months ago, and then we had a revisit because Mila still had some hives. But what I learned was a lot of her hives were caused by stress. So the holistic vet has done some Chinese herbs, and Mila's been getting massage and some other modalities. But when I submitted this invoice that I'm going to share with you right here, on this invoice, it shows that it was not covered. So if you look at the invoice, it says skin condition abnormality, eruptions, hives, rash. I've already been to the doctor for many times for Mila for hives in the past. So the total invoice for that visit was $272. What was not covered was $224. And then we pay 10% of what's due. So I had to pay $4.80. And then they said they applied $43.15 towards the deductible. But when I noticed that, I gave them a call. And it's really important that you review your invoices because as you can see here, I said, oh, I've been to the doctor for this issue before. So why is it not covered? And I said, I was actually at this doctor on this day. So I told them the invoice number and they pulled it up. And within a day, I received, after the appeal, this. So what you can see, the difference, and this is the very interesting part, is that the only difference is that the deductible applied is now $0 and they paid me $43 in my bank account. So I got a reimbursement for 90% of what they would cover. So our insurance does not cover vet visits, and to see a holistic vet is definitely not not cheap. But I believe that I prefer that for Mila than a bunch of medications and prednisones and other things that the general vets just will prescribe because that's Western medicine. I said, let me go to the other side on the Eastern medicine and see what Chinese medicine has to say. So I wanted to share that with you because we have already met our $250 deductible. And if you look at the invoice from our first visit to the holistic vet, you can see that on this day was the day we met our deductible. Actually, we had already met the deductible before we went to this vet, but 𝗀𝗽𝗃 𝗀𝗃 is skin, and the invoice for that visit was $1,063. What was not covered was $539. We have to pay 10%, so they deduct that, and then they basically put $472.16 in our bank account. So that's what we were reimbursed. My share of what I had to pay was the $591.56. So we've already been to the vet, and that's why I said this was a follow-up of this visit, so why was it not covered? My point to all of you is just to make sure that you check your claims with your insurance, every single one, and just make sure they're accurate and they meet your policy. And then I know I've brought this up in some of my other videos, but do you see here, there is optional coverage if selected, and this is what I wish I had when Mila was a puppy. It's called the Recovery and Complementary Care Rider. And I wish I had that because it would have covered massage, it would have covered acupuncture, would have covered a lot of these other modalities that I think are really good for our dogs. But I did not get that within 30 days of having Mila. So now I get to pay out of pocket. But my point is Trupanion paid us. All I had to do was pick up the phone and give them a call. I recommend you check all of your claims on all of your invoices that you submit for your insurance. And if you don't have pet insurance, I highly recommend getting it. Definitely gives us peace of mind. So if you found this video helpful, I'd be grateful if you could share it with another dog parent. Make sure we spread the word to make sure you get as much money in your pocket. Because if you're like us, we pay quite a bit for insurance every single month for Mila. And I want to make sure that everything is covered for you as well. So thank you all so much for being here and listening and sharing your love with us. And please share this with another dog dad or a dog mom. And also maybe leave us a comment or reply to us and let us know how this video helped you. And give us a thumbs up and a like. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.